week's episode of Assassination Classroom, we get to learn one of Koro Sensei's greatest weaknesses are boobs, breasts, knockers, the great mountainous peaks of Titicaca. That's right, my friends, there is a brand new threat in Class 3E. They're going to have a brand new foreign language teacher by the name of Irina Yelovich. What's really funny about this character really is her name. You see, in the Japanese language, the V is usually pronounced with a B, so to the students, it sounds like bitch. And because she herself is an incredibly pompous big asshole, they decide to call her Miss Bitch, and then later on, affectionately, Professor Bitch. And that is what I will refer to this character from now on, who is an incredibly hilarious, vain, disturbing, creepy, and very nice-looking lady. So this week's episode opens up with the introduction of Professor Bitch, who runs into Koro Sensei and is completely enamored with him. It's at this point that you realize something's not quite right, and that's when she's formally introduced to the class. And there's this one scene where Koro Sensei finally decides to go away for a second, and she reveals her true nature to the students. And I especially love that Karma is the very first one to call her a bitch, which really just sets the tone for the rest of the episode, because everybody blatantly calls her that throughout the course of the entire episode. And this just pisses her right the hell off. But she basically just tells all the other students to get the hell out of her way, because she is a globe-trotting, badass assassin. She's been around the world and she knows how to kill practically everything. And her big plan here is to kill Koro Sensei. And over the course of the episode, she tries to butter him up with her good looks and her big eyes. You know what I mean. Getting close to him, showing off her breasts, and basically dragging him right into the shed for a good old time in the tentacle barn. Just when it seems like Koro Sensei is about to get laid, suddenly her goons appear from out of nowhere with chain guns and ammo and unload everything onto Koro Sensei. But apparently, Miss Bitch really wasn't reading the pamphlet which said Koro Sensei cannot be killed by normal weapons, and he takes all of these like a champ and decides to give her the ultimate makeover. He gives her a full body massage, changes her into a classic gym outfit, and even does something sort of weird with his slithery tentacle. They don't really get into what that is, but Koro Sensei says it's grown-up stuff. It's at this point in the episode that Professor Bitch realizes that she's sort of stuck in this situation. She can't kill Koro Sensei, and all of the students hate her. And it's after this one scene where Karasuma and her sneak up on Koro Sensei and realizes that he's actually creating these individualized tests for his students that she realizes that he's an amazing teacher. He goes above and beyond. He works with all of them on a one-on-one basis, and yet he's still trying to teach them to be amazing assassins all at the same time. She decides to teach them foreign language the only way she knows how. She claims the best way to learn a foreign language is to have a foreign lover. That way you can truly have a real connection with them. In fact, her very first lesson on the chalkboard is the sentence, "You are incredible in bed." You're damn right. It's hilarious because she really shouldn't be teaching this to junior high students, and yet at the same time, she's legitimately trying to make a connection with the students. And that's not even counting the scene earlier in the episode where she basically made out with Nagisa. That was weird, but you gotta admit, Nagisa looked like he was kind of enjoying it by the end. So what's the rundown on this week's episode of Assassination Classroom? It was good. Really good. I didn't imagine that they were going to introduce any more big, like, human characters, the least of all, more assassins, considering we have a whole classroom full of them. Yet, Irina is a very welcome addition. She's a very funny character. She's obviously very gorgeous, but just the fact that she thinks she could pull one over on Koro Sensei, come on. That's totally not going to happen at all. And yet, it looks like her lessons are actually going to come in handy for the students. Just the fact that she's assassin could probably give them a lot of really good secret tips. And just the whole joke of her name is just hilarious. They really ran with that through this week's episode. By the end of the episode, you're convinced this is Professor Bitch, and that's the way it's always going to be. And it's really funny because even at the end of the episode, she tries to get away from that. She's like, maybe we could try and drop the whole bitch name, and they're like, no, I don't know, it's really stuck from this point on, you know, it just really fits with you. In this week's episode, again, aside from all the fan servicey, goofy moments with Koro Sensei, I think there was a lot of really great humor, especially when she was bringing up foreigners at the end. There were those two students who were really obsessed with Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie, who were portrayed as Captain Jack Sparrow and frickin' Laura Croft, respectively. I thought that was very funny. And there was just a little bit of action in this week's episode, but that's okay. This is a series that's really built around the characters, and all the characters are really just fantastic in this show. And the fact that they decided to introduce a brand new one before we even got to know any more of the students, that's ballsy. The show is going to have a massive cast, and I really hope they do a lot with them. Like I said, this was just a really funny episode. Like, there are just a lot of little scenes. I think there's that one green-haired girl. I think her name is Kaede. I love the fact that she had a big sign that said, "No more big boobs," when they were getting mad at the teacher. That was really funny. So, great episode. Fantastic introduction to Irina Yelovich, Professor Bitch herself. She's going to be a brand new mainstay on Assassination Classroom, and I can't wait to see more interactions between her, Koro Sensei, and the students of Class 3E. This week's episode had some good animation, good artwork, good style, good music, lots of fan service, tons of funny moments, little bit of action, and even a little bit of heartwarming moments when you get to learn that Koro Sensei works with his students on a one-to-one basis. This was a fantastic episode right here that you should definitely check out if you've been following the Assassination Classroom anime series or the manga version. I'm going to give this week's episode a 5 out of 5. It was that good, my friends, and you should definitely check it out. Thank you guys for watching my review. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and like the video. And before you guys leave, please tell me what you thought about this week's episode of Assassination Classroom. What did you think of Professor Bitch? Did you like this week's episode? Did you hate it? Do you have a favorite student from Class 3E? What do you want to see from the rest of Assassination Classroom? If you guys have not subscribed to our channel, you can do that by clicking on the channel icon right up here. It's real easy to do, and you guys can also follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. Some cool ways you guys can help support our channel is by using our PayPal link in the description box below, or you could use our Amazon Associates link. If you guys ever buy anything on Amazon, use our bookmark link. It will help support our channel. But the best way, as always, to help our channel is to watch our videos, comment on them, and share them with your friends. Thank you guys for watching. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.